Brett Porcia, TopVelocity.net. Quick picture analysis here of Brian. We're going to pair him up with Cody Hall. Taking him into leg lift here. It's very similar, both getting inside drive leg. Okay. The issue is coming out of leg lift, you can see Cody really sitting into hip flexion and staying closed. You see Brian coming out of lift leg here, not staying closed, flying open, and moving into the quad because he's allowing rotation. So Cody's getting good momentum, delaying rotation, which we can see to right here. He opens and then drives, and he's hitting front foot with a good, basically neutral hip position right here with the trunk loaded against that. We're going to see opening early, driving early from Brian, hitting front foot and stabilizing, and the hips are already in a more tilted forward tilt position with the trunk. So more weight hitting front leg at that point, which you can see he has a hard time to stabilize. He has a lot of give in the front leg because his weight transfer was early as he flew open early. So by the time that leg stabilizes right here, he's well into shoulder rotation. Cody hits, he's well behind front side. His weight is still back. So then as he stabilizes and transfers, all that weight comes accelerating forward, as opposed to Brian hitting here and the weight is already way forward before it even stabilizes. And then by the time it stabilizes, there's not much left but just the arm to release at that point. Cody stabilizes back here, boom, he's stable right there, and now he has all this trunk to travel forward and then that arm release at the end. So it's just going back to that, loading position. That's where everything fell apart here for Brian, going back to his load position. You can see Cody, like I said, sitting in good hip flexion, so he's in his posterior chain. We see Brian not opening, going into his quads early, okay, and that causes everything to transfer early, and then basically if you transfer everything early, you're not going to be able to accelerate momentum after your lower half generates power and stabilizes. You won't have that slingshot effect or that catapult effect. You're pretty much going to be just stuck with your arm at that point. So it really needs to work about how to get in these low positions, powering with the weight back, to have more distance to travel the trunk to accelerate velocity.